Namaskar viewers and listeners of the Great Game Reloaded. I am Tilak Devasher. A Pakistani general walks into Dhaka. No, this isn't 1970. It's 2025. And the handshake that once seemed impossible has just happened. 54 years after one of South Asia's bloodiest divorces, Pakistan's top general is welcomed on Bangladeshi soil with state honours. What's going on? Why now? And what does it mean for India? General Sahir Shamshad Mirza, Pakistan's second most powerful man after Field Marshal Asim Munir, arrived in Dhaka on 24th October. He met the interim leader Muhammad Yunus, National Security Advisor Khalilur Rahman and the service chiefs. On the agenda, a trip to Sylhet cantonment close to India's border, and reportedly a visit to areas overlooking the Siliguri corridor. In addition, discussions on trade, investment and yes, defence cooperation. You may well ask, what is an army general doing talking about trade and investment? But then, this is what Pakistan is all about. Yunus presented Mirza a coffee table book, Art of Triumph, on the cover of which is an artistic rendering of a map that includes Assam and northeastern states as part of Bangladesh. There was an immediate outrage in India. This was deliberate provocation. On an earlier occasion too, in China, Yunus had claimed that India's northeastern states were Bangladesh locked. In his meeting with Yunus, Mirza said, "Our two countries will support each other." A mention was also made about shared historical and cultural ties. Shared history indeed, except that that history includes genocide, war crimes and a brutal partition that still haunts millions. Pakistan would like to forget that and move on without an apology. What Pakistan sees is the Taliban in India getting close, threatening it from the east and west. It thinks it can cozy up to Bangladesh and repay India in the same coin. Just prior to his visit, Mirza, speaking at the National University of Sciences and Technology, NUST, in Islamabad on 16th October, described the Indian system as, and I quote, a politicized military and a militarized polity, unquote, calling it a dangerous combination. This has to be the joke of the year. If any military is politicized, it is the Pakistan army that has directly ruled Pakistan for half of its existence and pulled the strings from the back for the rest. Moreover, under Asim Munir, Pakistan is now officially a quote-unquote hard state, that is, a militarized polity. Since Mirza is supposed to retire in November, his rhetoric is understandable. A last gasp before he walks into the sunset. In 1971, Bangladesh, then East Pakistan, violently broke free from Islamabad's grip. Nearly 3 million people were killed. Pakistan never apologized. For decades, Dhaka kept Islamabad at arm's length. Fast forward to 2025, and those same nations are calling each other brotherly. Their generals are swapping salutes, their navies are training together, and their spies, yes spies, are meeting again. So what changed? Last year, Bangladesh witnessed its own revolution, the July-August mass uprising. 15 years of Sheikh Hasina's rule ended in chaos. Over 1,400 people died in what protesters called the Second Liberation. Hasina was India's closest friend in Dhaka. She dismantled ISI networks, kept Pakistan out and stood firmly with New Delhi. Her successor, Muhammad Yunus, promised neutrality. But neutrality in geopolitics often means opening new doors. Since the fall of Hasina, Pakistan has moved fast. Bilateral trade is up 27%. Visa restrictions have been removed. Pakistani scholarships, joint business councils, even Qawwali concerts. The works. 2 cargo ships from Karachi arrived in Chittagong, the first since 1971. And soon, a Dhaka-Karachi air route will get operational. Economics may be the official story, but defense is the subtext. Bangladeshi officers in Pakistani academies, Pakistani officers in Mirpur Staff College. Bangladesh's top brass has been busy. The principal staff officer, Lieutenant General S.M. Kamrul Hassan, met all 3 Pakistani service chiefs in early 2025. The Navy joined Pakistan's Aman 25 naval exercise alongside China. Dhaka is eyeing Pakistan's and China's JF-17 fighter jets under its Forces Goal 2030 modernization plan. Even ISI's Director General Analysis visited Dhaka after decades. Officially for counterterrorism cooperation, unofficially to rebuild networks dismantled by Hasina. And who's chairing this newfound friendship? Beijing. China supplies more than 70% of Bangladesh's weapons and 80% of Pakistan's. It is now helping revive a World War II era airbase in Lalmurir Hat, just 135 kilometers for India's Siliguri corridor. That's India's chicken neck, 22 kilometers wide, squeezed between Nepal, Bhutan, China and Bangladesh. Block it and 8 Indian states are cut off. A Chinese-backed airbase there with Pakistan Army visitors? That's not coincidence, that's coordination. Weeks earlier, General Asim Munir told a gathering in Florida, and I quote, "We'll start from India's east, where they have located their most valuable resources, and then move westwards," unquote. Except that Pakistan doesn't share a border with India's east. So whose land are they talking about? You guessed it, Bangladesh's. Translation: if conflict erupts, Pakistan plans to use Bangladesh as strategic depth. In mid-October, Asim Munir again issued fresh threats against India. While Pakistan was involved in clashes with Afghanistan, Munir found time for anti-India nuclear rhetoric during an address at the Pakistan Military Academy in Kakul. He claimed that Islamabad's expanding military capabilities could, quote, shatter the misconceived immunity of India's geographical vastness, unquote. India is watching this very closely. In his 15th August address, Prime Minister Modi warned about a demographic invasion, infiltrators changing the population mix in the northeast. He announced a high-power demography mission to counter it. New Delhi's message couldn't be clearer. The Siliguri corridor, India's lifeline to the northeast, is a red line. Any foreign footprint near it, be it Pakistani or Chinese, will be treated as a threat. Bangladesh today is juggling 4 power centers: the US, China, India and Pakistan. Washington cut tariffs on Dhaka's garments. China builds its bases and roads. India supplies fuel and credit. And Pakistan offers military muscle and nostalgia. For Dhaka, it's a delicate dance. Too close to Islamabad and India frowns. Too close to Delhi and Beijing withdraws. But right now, Yunus seems to be leaning westward towards Rawalpindi. And while Pakistan cozies up, American-linked organizations are quietly back in town. The International Republican Institute, IRI, and the National Democratic Institute, NDI, both funded by Washington, have resumed political programs ahead of Bangladesh's 2026 elections. The same groups were accused of involvement in Hasina's ouster. The Yunus government seems comfortable with them, which means Bangladesh isn't just Pakistan's playground, it's turning into everyone's chessboard. But not all is hunky-dory. Terence A. Jackson, a veteran US soldier with key role in special operations, was found dead in a Dhaka hotel on 31st August. No autopsy was done and the body handed over to the US Embassy. This has raised questions and suspicions about the handling of the case and about what his presence in Dhaka implied. For Islamabad, Mirza's visit is reconnaissance, for Dhaka, reassurance, and for India, red flags everywhere. The last time Pakistan had access to this region was before 1971, when East Pakistan gave it a foothold next to India's eastern frontier. Today, history seems to be looping back. If Pakistan regains influence in Bangladesh, it gains proximity to India's most sensitive zone without firing a shot. But let's not get carried away. The ghosts of 1971 are not easily buried. Pakistan still hasn't apologized for the atrocities it committed in 1971. Every Bangladeshi family remembers. That's why this so-called brotherhood has limits. Besides, Yunus's government is interim, unelected. Its mandate is to hold elections, not rewrite foreign policy. Once Bangladesh votes in 2026, this entire arrangement could unravel overnight. Still, the trend is unmistakable. Across South Asia, Pakistan and China are trying to encircle India through ports in Sri Lanka, bases in Myanmar, and now outreach in Bangladesh. It is the classic string of pearls strategy. India at the center, rivals tightening the loop. Dhaka is the newest pearl on that string. Pakistan sees opportunity. Bangladesh sees leverage. China sees advantage. And India sees a warning. 50 years ago, Bangladesh was Pakistan's colony. Today, it could become Pakistan's corridor. The story is different, but the map is the same. And history, as always, is watching. Among the many memories from 1971 that will continue to haunt, two stand out. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, on returning from Dhaka in March 1971, after the Pakistan Army had launched the brutal and genocidal Operation Searchlight, told reporters in Karachi, and I quote, "Thank God Pakistan has been saved," unquote. The second was General Yahya Khan, telling his aide that he was not going to endanger West Pakistan, quote unquote, for the sake of the Bengalis, unquote. A half century later, the context may have changed, but the Pakistani mindset has not. They still don't care two hoots for the Bengalis. It is only expediency that has made them reach out to Bangladesh. Before Bangladesh extend its hand in friendship to Pakistan, it would do well to recall at least these two examples of what awaits them again. I am Tilak Devasher. Thank you for watching. Do like, share and comment. Namaskar and Jai Hind.